Hello, welcome to Sunny's Yoga. Join me at the back of the mat. We'll start with Tandasana, mountain pose. Breathe in and breathe out your nose. I'm going to go ahead and lift up and down on my toes, waking up my feet, waking up my ankles. My upper body stays firmly together. And I just focus on my feet and my ankles. My palms are facing towards the front of the mat, and I'm breathing. Looking down past my dristi. I'm rolling down and I'll come up again. Hands come up, Udra Hastanasana. Hands above your head. My arms are going straight forward and down to forward fold. Let your body feel heavy. I'm going to bind my hands together behind my legs, allowing my back to drop more towards the floor, releasing my spine. Hands come to the front, and I'm going to roll myself back up. Udra Hasana, hands over head. Come down into mountain. Again, rolling out my feet. Tandasana, mountain. Your feet and your ankles are just as important, just like your fingers, your fingertips, the top of your head. Give self-care to all of it. Hands come up, Udra Hasana. Relax your shoulders. Come forward, deep forward fold. And let your head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to crawl to a downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Now your feet may not, the bottom of your feet may not touch the ground, and that's okay. I'm going to bring it up for three-legged dog. Open up my hip. Hip is going towards the ceiling. Weight is evenly distributed in my hands. This takes practice. Breathe. Bring my foot forward. Come up into a high lunge. Only I'm going to keep my hands laced above my knee. Hips are facing the front, up on my toes in the back leg. Breathe. Bring my hands down, framing my foot. Go back into Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up, three-legged dog. We'll go ahead and point, bend at the knee, point my knee towards the ceiling. Weight evenly distributed in my hands. Breathe. Come around, bring my foot in front and come up, interlacing my hands above my knee. High lunge. I'm up on my toes in the back. Front foot is 90-degree angle. Breathe in and breathe out. Always through your nose. I'm going to frame my foot. Go back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Roll forward into plank. Breathe. Come down halfway. Chaturanga. Flip into upward facing dog. Come back up to downward facing dog. Breathe. Roll forward into plank. Come down into chaturanga. Go into upward facing dog. Breathe. Roll over your feet and go back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Walking my feet towards the front of the mat. Little adjust there. Come down into deep forward fold. Hands are around the lower part of my leg, and I'm letting my head drop so that it releases my back. Weight is in the ball mound of my feet. I'm rolling up into Tandasana. Legs come out, facing the sides of the mat. Back leg parallel, front leg towards the front. Come up, tilt yourself. It's like you're holding a large beach ball. Tilt the upper part of your body towards your bent knee. Elbow comes down above your knee, hand stays above your head, or you can drop down even further and let your hand meet your foot. Other hand goes straight up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Don't hold your breath here. Breathe in and out your nose. Use your core to come up. Go ahead and tilt yourself again. Come up into triangle. Arms straight in the air going towards the ceiling. I am looking towards my hands. I am holding on to my ankles as I bring myself up using my core. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bend into your front leg. Back foot is parallel to the mat. Arm up like I'm holding a beach ball. Tilt towards that side. Yes. Elbow can come above your knee. Arm above your head. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Hand comes down. Arm still above your head. You're going to want to tilt. Be mindful. Don't tilt forward. Don't let yourself fall backward. Breathe. Use your core. Use your core. Grab that beach ball again and bring yourself upright. Yes. Straighten out your leg. Go down into triangle. I am holding on to my ankle in this triangle pose, and I'm looking up towards my hand, which is just straight up towards the sky. And breathe. Use my core to bring myself upright. Feet go out. In. Drop my hips down for goddess. I want to make sure that my pelvis bone, my tailbone is tucked. I'm going to rock back and forth, opening my hips very gently. Now, the trick is that you want to drop straight down. Don't have your bum go out towards the wall. You want to go straight down towards the ground and breathe. This is intense, and your panorama breath will carry you through. Feet go straight out towards the front of the mat. I'm going to grab my toes and bring my head further down towards the floor. My bum is not going towards the back of the wall. It's actually going towards the front, putting some weight in the ball mounts of my feet. Keep breathing. I'm going to loop my hands around one leg. Breathe. Then I'm going to walk over and do it to the other leg. Breathe. This is a nice side extension. It's also a great hip opener. Wide leg forward fold. Walk around towards the front of the mat. I'm going to come up. Warrior one, facing the front of the room. Framing my foot. And come up into standing splits. Point and flex your toes here. Drop your head. Hips stay level, but let your feet get that nice workout, that nice just extension of your feet, extension of your leg, going towards the sky. Come down gently on your back foot. Come back into warrior one. Wonderful, wonderful. Look past your drishti. Come straight up. Turn towards the center. Hands lace behind your back. Look up, extend your chest, and let yourself fold at your hips. Hands are together, and you're letting them drop towards the ground. Breathe. You'll want to hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Bring yourself up. Hands still together. Hands come apart. You're going to go to the other side. Warrior one. Hands above your head. Straight up towards the sky. Hands come down on either side of your foot. And bring your back leg up. Extend and stretch out your foot. Release the tension in your ankles. Roll them out clockwise, counterclockwise. A bend in your front knee is not a bad thing. Come back up, gently having your foot touch the ground. Warrior one, going towards the front of the mat now. Hands at the hips, bending from my hips, extending out of my hip flexors. My hands are actually going past, behind, towards the back of, towards the wall. They are behind my feet. Yes. This is a deeper forward extension. Feels lovely. I'm going to go ahead and go towards the front. Come down fully onto my belly. Head kisses the mat. Forehead kisses the mat. Reach for my left hand is reaching for my left foot. This is a deep extension, a deep stretch. My elbow is going towards the ceiling and I'm lifting my chest. Breathe. Gently let your foot go. Forehead kisses the mat. Breathe. Now we do the to the other side. Right foot reaches back. It's a little more difficult on my right side. That's my stiffer side. Grab your foot. Elbow goes towards the ceiling. Chest comes up and breathe. You want to make sure that your leg, the bottom part of your leg, your quad stays on your mat. Don't let it lift. Gently let go. Forehead kisses the mat. Take a breath. Come up into plank. Going down into forearm plank, forearms facing the front of the room, hands flat to the mat, lifting out of your shoulders, keeping your hips up, coming back into downward facing dog. Roll on your toes, come down on your knees, roll up into kneeling. Your toes are tucked under. Grab your heels with your hands and look up. Then roll yourself down. Open your chest, look up. Let your head just drop. Just don't force anything, but be gentle. Come round and release. Bring your knees, you're on all fours, bring your knees off of the mat. Hover. Engage your core. Your hands are helping keep you steady. Feet come down, pat them out. Roll on to your sits bones. Come, let me move myself so you can see. Diamond shape. Hands are around my feet, and I'm letting gravity do its work. I'm not forcing my knees to go down. Back is straight, and I'm looking past my drishti. Breathe in and breathe out. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my elbows towards my body, let them rest, and my head going down towards my chest. Breathe. As gravity continues to do its work and allowing my hips to gently fall open. Let the bind of my hands go, slowly roll myself up. Hands are guiding my knees together. I'm going to sit crisscross, one foot in front of the other, actually, and breathe. Do some deep, slow neck circles. I'm going to go all the way around. And I want to go slow because I want to get every nook and cranny, every tight muscle in my neck. I want to reach all of them so that I can decompress. Breathe. Let your hands be relaxed on your legs. Gently push your head up or guide your head up to the other side because we're going to go counterclockwise. So clockwise and counterclockwise, 3 times around each side at your own pace. Breathe in and breathe out. When you are going towards the back, be very careful with your movement. You don't want to overextend or hyperextend your neck. Use your hand to guide your head back to straight. Come around on all fours. And this time we're going to flip our wrist to face our knees. We're going to gently rock back and forth. This is wonderful. This is just this lovely feeling that you get when you are relieving some of the tension that you feel in your hands up your arm. And I'm going to flip my hands going from side to side. I'm going to move my hips side to side. All of these are slow, intentional movements. I do not want myself, I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want anyone else to hurt themselves. This time I'm going to go palm up and breathe. I don't do much motion in this particular asana because of the intensity of it with your palms being up. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands come back around, come up to kneeling, and roll your wrist and your fingers out. Should feel lovely. Yes. Bring my foot forward as I sit on my other foot. Now we're going to go back and forth and we're going to flow. Halfway split. Back down into halfway fold. Come forward, go into your deep lunge. Let your hips drop. This is a great, great hip opener. It's intense, but wonderful feeling when you are done. Moving on to the other side so you can see. Leg is no longer bent. The other leg is bent, and now I'm coming forward. Now, it doesn't matter in this asana if my knee is going past my foot. That's the point, is so that it gives my hip a little bit more opening because that's the focus of this asana. And breathe. Adjust what you need to adjust. Let your foot in the back be your anchor. Come back down. Breathe. Always keep your toes flexed. Bring your other foot back and around to meet the other. I'm going to come down towards the front of my mat and slowly roll down. As I roll down onto my back, I'm going to bring my knees into my chest and I'm going to rock back and forth. My hands are interlaced around my shins. Toes are flexed. I'm going to go ahead and adjust a little bit so I can come out and down into fish pose. Drop your head. This is a great chest opener. Drop your top of your head to the mat. Feet stay anchored down. Hands are underneath your sits bones. Your chest is being rolled open as your shoulders fall open. Nice rounding of the back here, but no effort and no pressure on your back because you have your hands and your arms to help guide you. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly come out. I'm going to bring my left foot up, point and flex. Bring it out to the side while it's flexed. Point and flex, point and flex. Come back to center. Breathe. Roll it out. Come down. Immediately bring up your right foot. Do the same thing. Need to roll out my foot a little bit more before I go ahead and extend out to the side. Come straight back up and meet. Let your feet touch, go into a diamond shape. One hand on your heart, one hand on your tummy as you breathe. Tuck your tailbone here. It will help keep your back flat. Let gravity do its work. I do like to move back and forth in this asana. I also like when I put my head above my hands above my head, let them touch. And then I move into a steady asana, no moving, just breathing, focusing on the in and out of my breath. Guide my knees back together. Bring my legs straight up, put my hands behind, interlace my hands behind my thighs, point and flex my feet, bring my feet back down, roll myself into a ball, grabbing the outside edges of my feet and come down. Interlace my shins and breathe. Keep my feet flexed. Keep your feet flexed. Again, I'm going to roll myself up into a ball. Then I'm going to grab the big toes and bring my feet straight up towards me. Then I'm going to go into a V. My shoulders are up off the mat and breathe. Bring my legs back together. Still holding on to my big toes. Extend back out. This time maybe a little further. Then I'm going to come down into happy baby by grabbing the outside of my feet and my knees drop towards my armpits. That's right. Dropping towards my armpits, dropping towards the mat. Breathe. I'm going to hold steady in this asana. My chin is slightly tucked in that type of asana. I'm going to do eagle legs with my legs. Arms come out to a T and breathe. Head looks in the opposite direction. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Use your core. Bring your legs back up. Unwind. Now eagle leg on the other side. I'm going to move my hips, adjust so I can drop my legs. And then I look towards the left side. Breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Use your core to help bring your legs back to center. Unwind. Kick up and out. Stretch. Flex. Upper body stays as is. Do it again. Up. Out. Flex. Rotate. Give your legs all the good loving it deserves. Bring it back in. Go back out. Point and flex. Point and flex. Bring it back in. Breathe. Now into Shavasana. Let your body feel heavy here. Your feet, each one meets the corner of the mat, and let it just sprawl open like a book. Your shoulders are gently tucked in. Your pelvis is tucked so that your lower back stays flat. Your chin is slightly tucked so that your neck is extended and is flush to the mat. Your hands, your palms are facing the front or the ceiling. Now I'm going to do a full body stretch and wake my body up and extend and move my fingers, my hands, my toes, my elbow, my ankles. Breathe. I'm going to bring my legs up, roll into fetus, bring myself up into seated. I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful vinyasa. Join me as we close out, cross leg, palms open to the sky. Breathe in and out. Thank yourself for the self-love and the care. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'd like to hear more about what you would like to see out of Sunny's Yoga. Enjoy.